Greg here again. Continuing on in the sort of home video how-to tutorial installment series. If I seem a little spacey today, it's probably because I took some Rovaxaset and I'm not quite all here. But regardless, today we're going to have a look at what are we going to have a look at? Oh yeah, the Samsung Chromebooks. That's what we're doing here today. And so they kind of look like this. And we're going to have a look at setting up a Chromebook or getting them going in your classroom. So hopefully this makes sense and it helps you out and helps your students out. Hi, I'm back. You'll notice that each of these Chromebooks, corporate plug, has a barcode. You don't need to scan those or sign them out. Generally speaking, you just go online and you're going to sign out a class set that way. And yeah, that's basically how it goes. So I'm trying to do this one-handed and it may not work out very well. Now you'll notice that the screen basically automatically comes on, and so we're going to let it do its thing, and you'll get the lovely on the bay shot there. Now you'll notice that the first thing that comes up, the network is not available. At this point here in time, you're going to see that it says username and password, and at this point your students would sign in. I'm going to just use my own because that's going to work. Oh, here we go. Shift key, one of those, and now you've got to use the mouse, and which is found on sort of the trackpad. Not my fave, but hey, you can plug in an external mouse in the USB if you like, and that is just on, where is it on this thing? And that's just found right here on the back. Those are the USB ports. And there's an HDMI IC. Okay, getting back to this. It's now authenticating, and lo and behold, it seems to be working. Now for your students, please make sure that you sign them in under the student wireless, because I think that's the only one that's going to work for them. The next thing that should come up semi-automatically is the sort of Google login page. I'm just going to pause here for a sec. Okay, we're back. Now a couple of things before you click on the sign in button. Down here in the corner, you're going to notice that it says, and I'm using my finger here, us, and it is about us. No, seriously, that's a US keyboard, and so that's a good thing, because it's really important, of course, here when you go to your email address that you have the @ sign. Sometimes when it has another keyboard attached, because perhaps there's an international student or something else, that makes it really, really difficult. However, generally speaking, if you use the Alt-GR key here, that will give you the @ sign up here. Okay, so that's just a little workaround. Very, very simple though to come over here and with your mouse, come on mouse, where are we? To change that keyboard setting. Okay? And you can do that quite easily. Alright, so if I go up here and we're back, I think, there's our mouse. I'm doing this left-handed, pretty skillful. And we're going to load it up. Now just another key point while we're waiting for this, you need to make your students create a Google account. And they have to have done that prior to trying to log on here, obviously. Howdy, Greg. How are you doing? Well, no, I don't want to take the tour. Every time you ask me this and every time I say no, whatever. Alright. Okay, so generally speaking, at this point here, I'm logged on. And of course, the next thing I would do is to take the mouse and to click on the web browser for the most part, unless you're going to use email. And here we go. We've now got our Google search engine. And that's kind of basically it. Now, the last thing I want to say before I sign off is taking the mouse and going over here. Let's say I want to shut down. I'm going to move the mouse again to this area here. And it says Greg Lewis, da 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 da. You'll notice up here it says sign out. It's really important for you at this point to click on that. Otherwise, when the next person signs the actual Chromebook out, it's going to be logged into your account, and that may not be très cool. You'll also notice here that we're connected to the student wireless. If you needed to change that, you could. And there's just some other basic settings there too. So at this point here, I'm going to sign out. And looks like we're doing what we need to, and at this point I'll sign off. Okay? And that's what it kind of looks like there. Just let's make sure that thing worked like it should have. And it did. Okay, thanks for listening, and at this point here I simply close up the lid and we are done. Thanks.